We're at Tillamook, Oregon, and this is the Tillamook Creamery, and I'm going to go in and take a look.
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now.
Tillamook Creamery is located on Highway 101 in Tillamook, Oregon. This is the grand entrance, and the picture of the cow, Flower, is there to greet you. They have many wonderful products, many cheeses, ice creams, and other goodies. And to park way out there. There you can see the Minnie Winne and the CRV. Way out there. The design of the buildings are by iconic Seattle-based architect duo Olson and Kundig. The creamery is made to look like a modern barn. The big windows let in plenty of light and give the guests views of the natural beauty that surrounds it. In 1909, several of the region's cheesemakers formed the Tillamook County Creamery Association, a marketing organization that operates on behalf of its independent member producers. As I entered the building to the main entrance, I saw this sculpture of cheese blocks. The sculpture was also designed by Olson Kundig and inspired by the cheese blocks created right there in the factory. I went up the steps and took the free self-guided tour where I learned all about the cows and what they eat and the production of the milk and the cheese. It has historical displays, videos, and interactive kiosks about Tillamook. They take their cow comfort seriously. The cows need to be able to rest, roam, get good fresh air, water, and grain, as well as a lot of grass. When cows are well cared for, they produce more milk and more nutritious milk. In this area, the milk has arrived and they are pasteurizing it, keeping it in vats. This is a time-tested recipe that Tillamook uses for pasteurization of all their milk. Curds and whey. Curdled milk. Curds and whey is the generic name given to curdled milk, which separates into lumps of cheese called curds and a liquid called whey. And this is where Tillamook does just that, separates out the curds and whey. The Cheddar Master. The Cheddar Master is essentially a convoy belt that allows semi-automatic drainage of cooked curds and whey through to salting, mellowing, and cutting of the curd into hoops or regular molds ready for pressing into blocks of cheese. In the past, all the cheese was made by hand. They made the cheese in open vats and hand stirred until they had the consistency they needed. Salt is the only thing they add to the cheese. It's just milk and salt. No other additives. Salt does more than add flavor to cheese. It's important in cheese making for, as well as helping add the flavor, it also controls the bacteria that grows inside cheese. It helps with texture development, regulates moisture, and helps preserve the cheese as it ages. Adding salt is a key step in the cheese making process and is essential for making good cheese. Block forming equipment for cheese. Block forming is done by putting the salted curd chips into a curd distribution tank, then transferring it by means of a vacuum through pipes into block forming columns. Because the chips have been salted and acidified, they have to be forced to fuse into the blocks. This conveyor belt takes the blocks of wrapped cheese and sends it off to the warehouse, where then it can be packaged and trucked to all of our grocery stores. The blue octopus is part of Tillamook's assembly line. You can get a glimpse of it down there. It's an 8-legged conveyor belt. On any given day, you can see the cutting of the shrink wrap around the blocks of cheese. Like the sign says, they have to stay sharp to keep the packaging flowing. Get it? Stay sharp. Sharp cheese. They use taut wires to cut through the cheese, not knives. After the cheese is aged, the blocks return and they are cut again and packaged for distribution. And like any good attraction, the self-tour ends up in the store. So let's go shopping. So I just got back from the Tillamook store. I got some ice cream sandwiches, licorice, and jerky, which they don't make, but they make all the cheese, and I even got a magnet. On to the campground. On to Cannon Beach RV Resort Hope you watched that video. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe, and stay crafty when visiting Tillamook Creamery in Tillamook, Oregon.